going on, everyone? Chef Bob back at it again. Props to the Cellucor Nation and all the Cellucor folks out there. And also big props to Dan and the new extension of Neon Sports, a new brand that is going to be hitting as a cooperation with Cellucor in the future. Today, I got a very, very simple and easy recipe for you. I've been very busy lately, so this is something I've been making in bulk more actually, and just dividing it off into different meals because it's very simple, very easy, and also it's very transportable for you that are always eating on the go. So what I have here actually is 1 cup of almond milk, which is slowly getting to a simmer here because I have it on a medium power. Whenever you cook almond milk in a recipe, especially in a saucepan, you want to make sure it's on a medium power or else it will curdle. There's only 2 other ingredients that we're going to use today to make protein rice pudding in essence, and that is rice, and I'm also going to be using the cinnamon swirl protein, 50 grams of that, and 50 grams of white rice. You can use brown rice, whatever you wish, which I have portioned off in these bowls right here. And it's very simple, very easy. You're going to bring the water to a semi-boil just before it starts to curdle. You're going to add in the white rice, as you will see in a little bit here, and we'll let it sit on the warmer for 5 minutes. And after that warmer is up for 5 minutes, we'll simply dump in our protein, which we have portioned off here, mix it up, and you can either eat it right away, or you can put it in the fridge and let it cool, and it'll actually soak up. Some other alternatives that you could add for a little bit of extra kick, you could add some Splenda, a little sweetener. For cinnamon swirl, I highly suggest some ground cinnamon. When I use peanut butter marshmallow, you throw in a little PB2, and it will help keep the calories down a little bit. If you wanted to, you could add peanut butter. So in the peanut butter marshmallow, I can pull that out. And also, while I'm in the fridge, I always use almond milk, a lower calorie alternative to skim milk, but a little bit higher on the fat side because, like you said, it's almond. And there's the peanut butter. But as you can see, this is slowly starting to bubble a little bit there. And I don't want it to curdle, so what we're going to do is we're going to kill the power, dump the rice in here, get a spoon, mix it up real quick, and we're going to cover it for 5 minutes. Woo! And I will set that over here. I will see you in 5 minutes. While our rice is just finishing up, it only has about a minute left. I just wanted to run through the recipe, the calories, and everything real quick. Like you saw, we put it on our stove. We put our pot on a medium power with the 1 cup of almond milk. Brought it to a slow simmer. We added 50 grams of dry rice. You can use white or brown. And then we're going to add our 50 grams of protein powder from our cinnamon swirl here. Or you could run through the rest of the line, which I do have right here, excluding the vanilla whipped and the molten chocolate. Mix it up, and it's good to go. This all comes out with just those 3 ingredients to around 5 grams of fat, 50 grams of carbs, and 40 grams of protein. So a pretty good mix, almost about a 40-40-20 ratio, and that's only 400 calories for a simple dish here. And like I said, you can add in any of your alternatives, PB2, cinnamon, peanut butter, Splenda, especially peanut butter on the PB marshmallow, which is fantastic. Mix it in, make it a creamier consistency. But as you're about to see, when we mix in the powder, it starts to thicken up pretty well, and it makes it very easy to eat right away, or you can store it and save it for a lunch, say for the next day, or just, you know, something on the go to get you a little bit of quick hit of carbs, good hit of protein, and a good low-fat alternative. But if you did want to add a little bit more fat, you could use the peanut butter, or you could throw in some diced almonds or other things along that line to help reach your intake, which is very nice and very key. So when we take up the lid, it's going to be a little hot, and it's going to look a little soupy, as you can see here. And I will move this up to the camera. So, it doesn't look like how rice really should be, but that's how this is supposed to be. It's supposed to look like kind of like a pudding. And when we mix in our protein powder here, as so, you know, we'll mix it up, and you will slowly see that this is going to thicken pretty well. And that's the whole point behind slow roasting and cooking rice like you would on a stove. Could you use water for this? Absolutely. I just really prefer using almond milk in most of the things that I cook and bake. So that is why I continue to stick with that portion. So I'm going to pick this up and show you. Try to one-hand it here. So you can really see, if you tie that light there, how much it really is thickened up and what the final product looks like. So let me put this down and let me put it in a bowl here, and I'll be able to show you what a final look of this looks like. So I'm just going to scrape this up, and you can see how it kind of globs right down in there. So this is already thickened up, and you can only imagine what would happen if you put it in the fridge overnight. So we could kind of call this like a poor man's rice pudding in essence. I do have another rice pudding recipe, which if you do look at my thread where I post all my videos and pictures, where you can actually bake one in the oven. And that's a little bit more complex. I may save that for a later date if I get some extra spare time. But for now, this is a good, quick alternative. Let me even taste test it. Oh, very creamy, very rich. Just like a cinnamon swirl should be. Kind of tastes like a cinnamon roll with that, with the extras in there. But like I said. And there it is, folks. There's the final product, and you can see how much that thickened up. You know, this is kind of similar to like when you would cook oatmeal in the microwave and add your protein pudding. We're just using it with a different carb source and rice. And here is where I have everything written down. 50 grams of dry rice, 50 grams of whey, 1 cup of almond milk, 5 grams of fat, 50 grams of carbs, 40 grams of protein, and some optional things that you could add in there. Alright, thanks again. I just wanted to say thanks again to the Cellucor Nation, all the guys out there that support the company. And, you know, if you want to get yourself some cheap protein pudding, protein rice pudding here, there you go. Add whatever you wish to it. Simple on-the-go meal, simple thing you can cook in bulk, or something you can eat right away. Enjoy the recipe, guys.